All right, it looks like we're live. I have to apologize for my camera. I think it looks like it's kind of fuzzy, but thanks for everybody for joining. This is our, first joint broadcast here. We just figured we'd get together and talk about what's going on in the Uplift and Sammy Snake world. So, who better than to join than Mr. Nerd4King himself? So, how's it going, man?
I'm doing well. I just woke up,
Oh
so
man.
I'm still a bit fuzzy. I don't know how to say it, but my girlfriend had a hard time waking me up. So, but I'm here. I'm here.
I'm glad she woke you up, man. I'd be like, I don't know if I'm starting the show by myself or what.
Nah, it's because she was there to wake me up that I went to sleep. Otherwise, I wouldn't go to sleep.
That's good to have an alarm there.
Yeah.
So, um, so I guess if you want to do like a little intro and tell us about yourself and what you got going on, and um, just as
So
a disclaimer, I guess to start for everybody, we're not official, uplift team. We're people who are in the community who are, doing different things and just coming together and sharing what we've got going on and what we've heard and what we're aware of, and just figured we'd let you all in on that.
So yeah, we are the Sammy Snake Community, and yeah, at the moment we had some streams before where we introduced ourselves, but let's do that again. Our entire purpose is to allow everyone to go onto the Minecraft server and to be part of it. You don't have to own a land; you just have to be part of our community. And we have a lot of lands where we allow people to play. At the moment, it's purely focused on getting those lands ready for the public release. So we just created the maze, for example. The maze will be placed very soon on the lands, and yeah, we will set up prices at the end. The entire purpose will be probably to attract as many people as possible from the outside. But at the moment, we are purely focused on getting the activity inside our community. And yeah, it's amazing how to see that everyone is so active in the chicken cast server. Everyone is helping each other out, and we're just trying to be a part of it.
Yeah, I was not actually aware of Sammy Snake Community until the chicken caw auction and sales, and once I saw what you guys did with your crowdfunding and what you bought there, I was amazed and impressed, and I joined the Discord to get familiar with you guys and participate in some of the things you've done because um, I knew that a well organized group like that was to me, especially in this space, was pretty impressive. And I know you guys have done a lot of good in other things with the mining with the alien worlds and stuff. And I felt like that was a project that I wanted to be connected to and be aware of, and involved where I could be. So
Yeah, it's been amazing. The second you joined in, you started informing everyone. You started sending those filled in forms with all the information everyone needs. It's crazy the amount of work that you're putting in and helping out all those communities with the information they need.
yeah, it's funny because I started out like trying to figure all this stuff out for myself, like because I was new to the whole uplift and what was going on, and um, like the direction and what was the latest. And I saw other people telling people what was going on. And I'm like, okay, I need to get involved here and kind of like know where my investment's going, so that I was aware of like, what was happening, and, what do I need to buy to get this, and just different things like that. And just being involved in the community, getting to know and watch all these, streams that Corey does and all the information that he provides. Then I also saw a lot of people in there that were confused with a lot of things, like not sure what to do. And I could relate to that because, a lot of times I felt like that with different projects. And I wanted to try to help people out as best as I could with, just providing information where I could. So, doing a little news telegram feed with just news, and then also putting together a document. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's got a lot of, I feel
It
like,
is.
useful information that people, especially who are new, like they're gonna have no clue what to do and they'll be lost. So just getting that out there where possible to, because it helps everybody, right? Like it helps these new people get on board. It helps the community. It also helps you and I, right? To like, get people to join and not like I got turned off when I looked at Upland, and I know a lot of people are probably familiar with that, but I could not figure out what to do in that game. I couldn't figure out like I was like, where's my cursor going? It's like going like this way, and I'm like, why is it going that way? Can I stop it? Like stop going that way. I want to go this way, and like,
Yeah, I want to go back to my property. Why am I not at my property? How
well,
do I
I couldn't
make
even
money?
buy a property. I
Yeah,
was like,
this was the worst game ever, in my
I was like,
opinion.
how do I get money? And then it's like, oh, you've got to be in here for so long, or you got to earn so much. And I was like, okay, so I got to, pay whatever to try to get something, but I don't even know what I'm getting. And I was expecting a guy to be running around the map, but instead it was a cursor, and I was like I don't get it. And
I didn't
so
get it
like
at all.
I tried it for a little while, and and then I saw like my stuff would get deleted if I didn't log in within whatever 5 or 7 days for a passport, and that really turned me off because I was like, well, this is my stuff. Like, why are you going to delete it if I don't get in here? And so to me, it was just a bad experience. And I'm like, I don't want that to be somebody else's experience with the uplift. I want to make sure they understand like, the dynamics. Like you don't necessarily have to own land. You don't have to log in after so long and, just make sure people, like feel part of the community. I felt like I was like out there on my own. Like I was the cursor, of course, wandering by myself and like not knowing where I'm going, and just anyways, it was an interesting experience, and hats off to those who were in it. And I saw there was a lot of whales and a lot of stuff that was owned, and I didn't even think I could purchase anything really without being committed for I don't know how long. But anyways, that kind of led me to trying to put together stuff for other people so they didn't
Yeah,
experience kind of like
honestly,
the same thing.
those documents that have been very helpful for a lot of people because it's crazy how much information you need to analyze when you're on the blockchain. Literally, some people are making their job just informing themselves. A lot of streamers are just spreading information, and they're getting a massive viewer base just for giving that information out. It's it's amazing how much work and time it takes to actually know everything and get all the information you need. And indeed, if you purely focus on the uplift, not going to take that much time, but not everyone is just focused on the uplift. They're doing
Yeah,
so much more than just the uplift. And having those informations ready, just like Nick was doing, um, it's amazing to see programmers try hard to actually make everything easier for everyone, because you need so much information like wax blocks and all those websites. If you're just getting on alien worlds, how should you all know that information without asking other people all the time? It's almost close to impossible. And having those documents ready is something amazing, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy because, like you said, everybody's involved in a lot of different things. They don't, they've got real lives. They're doing other things, so they don't get all the information. Telegram, unless you go back like 500 or 1,000 messages, you're going to miss a ton in no time. And I don't blame people. But, like I've got over 300 and something people just in the news group. People thank me all the time for it. And I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. You know, I'm in there learning it myself. I'm trying to stay on top of things and understand it. And I'm not always 100% accurate, because a lot of what I get is just things that may be mentioned and they may not be concrete. So, and in this environment, things change all the time. So, what we may hear may, change later, and that's fine. I mean, you just have to understand that's the way things work right now because they're trying to move so fast. So, I try to put as much as I can in there that's accurate. I put a little bit of opinion. I don't put too much because I don't. People always ask me like, "What am I going to do with Yoshi coins? Am I upgrading? Am I
I get that
keeping them?"
question all day, every day.
And I'm like a lot of this stuff. It's like I don't. want to decide for you because I don't want to give you the wrong advice, but sometimes I don't always know what I'm going to do because
I have the
some of
same
it's
idea.
so early. It's like, I don't know, is upgrading a new membership better than having 500 Yoshi miners that are going to mine Upliftium? You know, like it's a great debacle to have, you know, because you get to make that choice and it's not the same for everybody. But at the same time, it's like, I don't, you know, I honestly don't know how it's going to play out. You know, like your Yoshi Bucks, you know, going to be worth however much. Like I want to, you know, have everything so I'm not just stuck in one thing, but like I can't, you know, always make that decision for other people. So
Yeah, myself, I'm more interested in the uplift side of the Yoshi thing. So Yoshi Bucks isn't very interesting for me. So I just traded all my high mints for memberships. I
yeah,
tried
that
to
was
trade them for lower mints, but the interest in Yoshi Bucks is a little less than the uplift side. So yeah, I just traded them all in.
well, that's the thing. It's like Yoshi Bucks could turn out to be pretty amazing, and we don't know that yet. Yeah, but you got to like people are making decisions now. Like, and even Corey, you know, just said that he's not sure what he's going to do. I mean, he's the guy who's, you know, running things to an extent, but it's a cool predicament, right? It's like, I don't think you're going to necessarily make a wrong choice. I just think it's, you know, people may prefer things over the others. Like, if we get, you know, as many people on board with the music aspect of Yoshi and we get like big names, like it's going to blow up. And then, you know, you're only going to be able to buy certain things with Yoshi Bucks, certain NFTs, or maybe certain songs. So it's like, well, then shoot, I need Yoshi Bucks now. So, uh, you know, it's interesting. You know, it's I like the aspect of it because it makes you really analyze and think about things and try to like I like to strategize. So it's like when we did the chicken call auction, it was like, you know, it was a challenge of sorts. It's like, well, should I go here? Should I go there? I don't know where to go. And then I just kind of figure out, and you get outbid, and then it's like, okay, well, then I pivot and I go over here and I try that. And if that doesn't work, then I do this. Like, you know, you don't just sit there and like, you know, pity me and, oh, I made the wrong choice or something changed. But, you know, you get all these decisions and options to make, and it's going to be interesting to see how things play out because we might look back um, and you know we'll be like, oh, I made a great choice, or oh, you know, I wish I would have done that. I mean, there's a lot of that anyways, but
Yeah. After all, it's all what you want to do. Because I get the question all the time: should I trade them in for memberships? Should I wait for trading them in for Yoshi Bucks? It depends on what you want to do with it. If you're more interested in the Yoshi project and Uplift, you should go for the Yoshi Bucks. A lot of people are finding a middle way and investing in both of them, but of course it all depends on what you are looking for, because a lot of people ask me what should I do and not provide any information what they want to do. They're just
right,
like, tell me what you are doing and I'll copy it.
right. And then to an extent, I almost like sometimes I don't want people to do what I'm doing because like sometimes in the information I give out, it's going to be to my disadvantage, right? Like if I do something that um, you know is going to change and let everybody know like, hey, this is a really good deal or this is a great way to do it, like it might mess things up for me too, and I do that and I don't mind, but like it's hard to make decisions for other people because if you don't even know the outcome for yourself, like how are you going to be able to give that advice? It's yeah, it's interesting, and I don't mind people asking me all the time. Like I get all sorts of DMs for stuff, and you know, I'll give them like what I know. Like, hey, I don't know. Hey, this is what I'm thinking.
Intruder.
So yeah,
Actually, you
and
know
it's
what? I was just gonna pop in and then leave, but I'm so freaking excited you guys are doing this. I just want to pop in and say hi. I'll send you Edward the screenshot of the button that gets the background stuff. But you guys just keep doing what you're doing because it's awesome.
no, man. Feel free to stay. I mean,
No, I'm supposed to be live with Blue right now, so I gotta run. But you guys rock. I'm
give
loving
them our
this conversation
regards.
right now. Ciao.
All right.
See ya.
Yeah, and today like they came out with the silver upgrade. So it's like, like what do you do? Like I had just done the clear and the black, and I was holding my other coins because I wasn't sure what to do. I'm like, well, I guess I got to get silver. So then I got to upgrade and make sure I have silver, black, and clear at least. And it's like, well, am I going to go for gold? I don't have enough coins to go for gold, but yeah,
Yeah, and it's the same now with the Uplist. Everyone is hyped out. I need that 5K for buying a land. But after all, there is rigs after. And
yeah,
soon people will start complaining about, yeah, now I don't have the wax for rigs. Oh my god. And everyone, every time they invest in something, they're like, oh my god, there's a new investment. No, I just
yes,
invested. I want
yes,
this, I want that. And it's hard to be part of everything, or you have to keep on sending money in, and you can't do that. That's the entire thing of investing. You need to get to a point where you stop investing and not empty your entire bank account, because it's still investing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we don't have unlimited pocketbooks. I mean, I know there's a few whales that seem like they do, but like for me, I was only able to afford one uplift at this point. I'm not sure if I'm gonna, you know, like with wax being down, Aether being down, people aren't buying as much anymore. Like I feel like everybody's kind of like stopped buying so much, so people don't have as much. But yeah, it's like after this uplift sale, which I haven't checked and seen where the numbers were because I know everybody was counting down and kind of hyping it to try to get everybody to get to the magic 1,000. But yeah, so it's like after this sale, we've got a rig sale um, next week, maybe end of the
Yeah, I
month.
think it's in 3 days.
Yeah, and that's like 35 and $100 for that.
Yeah,
So
I'm keeping some money aside for that, because I'm pretty hyped
yeah,
about the rigs also. I have a lot of lands to manage already, and like a lot of people should think, is it more interesting to have more lands, or shouldn't I focus on the lands I have already and just buy some rigs on the side? And that's why I just love the rig. It's it's just investing money into uplifts without having to attend that much attention to it, like the lands do.
yeah. So the crazy thing with the rigs, and I asked Corey about that. There could be pool based, so it's not like there's only 500 and you've got to try to get on some list and you got to do it within so much time. It's going to be like open ended. It's going to probably run for a set amount of time, and then it's going to be pool managed. So I don't know exactly how those mechanics will work, but it's a lot different than like what we're used to. Let's say like the Our Planet Land, rig sale, where you have a set amount, only so many people can get it, and when you open it, you have certain amounts. Um, so it'll be interesting to see because I know Corey and team like to see what other people are doing and try to make it better. Um, so no, I don't think there's a max per person. I think it's just open ended. So I know that I know, and Corey mentioned this. Like we've got to get uplifting in people's hands. So a lot of people want to get uplifting, but they don't have a way to get it right now. And if you own land, that's going to be a an uplifting drift of sorts. But not everybody's going to own land, and what about all the people who are out there that want to be a part of this who don't own land? So the rigs is a way to do that. Um, and so getting it out to a large audience is going to be, a beneficial thing for those people who want it, and then for the people, for the uplift team as well. So
And I saw a question from Argent. Um, we will probably not make a Nova Rally track on our own lands, because at the moment there is no UI. We don't know how the racetrack will look like. But what we are going to do is a competition where everyone can create their own Nova Rally car, and the best car will win. At the moment, we're still figuring out what the price will be for the best Nova Rally car, and those cars will be used on Bullshit's his pit. He has a racetrack. I don't know what I can say, what I can't say at the moment. I got a little sneak peek about it, but it's amazing, and for real, we will be working a lot closer with them. But yeah, we will be placing some Nova Rally cars on their racetrack, and the racetrack itself will be a little too hard to actually integrate the Nova Rally thing because there is no UI. We don't know how the racetracks look. The only thing we can do is build characters and build the cars, and the characters is a little too hard to start making. It's gonna take way too much time. So yeah, that's not an option.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you. I know you got a sneak peek, and I was a little bit jealous. But any extra information you let out that you weren't supposed to is not my fault. So whoever asked you that question, thanks. And Mr. Bullshipples, it's not my fault. So, but that sounds awesome. I mean, like I know we did a sneak peek. I think Corey took us through there at one point, and I mean, it looked amazing. I'm sure you got a better peek than we did, but I know that they've been working hard on it. I know it's gonna like look like Ready Player One, quite literally. I know there's a lot of hype about it, right? Just like anything else, there's this level of secrecy and level of hype.
I just
And
love how they integrated the Ready Player One in the entire concept. Even if you don't know what the team is, you could guess it almost. It's so nice and so obvious that if you would think about Ready Player One, you'll instantly see it in the builds, and that's the most important thing in my opinion. That you run into Minecraft, you don't have to ask anyone what it is about, and you'll understand it yourself and you'll see it. And it's so well made. I'm amazed. And one thing I can tell you guys is that every week on Friday night we will be also taking part in the event. Um, I don't know what I can say more than that, so I'll leave Bullshitbles with that information. But yeah, it's very exciting.
and he'll probably tell us in memes or in hashtags, like he does, how he speaks in that. But he's like, so he did mention next week they're going to probably release a timeline. So um, I know for myself, I've been wondering about the chicken blender stuff. They released a video about all that. I mean, it's on my news thing, but that's been a huge mystery. So if you're not familiar with Schipul and what they're doing, one of the things they're doing as well was a fundraiser for Chicken Ka, and they did these chicken packs, and it was for a limited time. And so there's going to be some sort of blending mechanism, but it looks like you've got to go on an adventure to be able to actually get to it. And if you can help solve the adventure, the riddle, the puzzle, whatever, like I think you get put, like, I don't know, on a monument, or you get some sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to play out, but also how the chicken blending is going to do, because I had recommended for people to buy the packs. I mean, this was like a month or two ago. I did like quite a bit of a spill on the news feed, and you can go scroll up and see it. I mean, I got like 55 buckets of chicken that I'm waiting to be able to do something with, and I'm hoping that fries come with it. Zestra, I'm looking at you, and like there's supposed to be some sort of bonus to them. Like I think they might mine Upliftium. There's going to be different levels, whatever, standard, common, mythic, whatever, I think. But anyways, it's one of those mysteries that are out there. We're waiting to reveal. So Mr. Bullshipples Incorporated is very mysterious man with what he's got going on in Shippletopia, and chicken blending, and even I don't know if people heard or know or remember that he mentioned about giving out Shipple tokens. So I would not be surprised if that's possible rewards you get for traveling over to Shipletopia. But
Yeah, they have a roadmap that is coming soon, and
yeah,
indeed the cryptocurrency and a lot of the games will also be used for a good cause. I just love to see how the Uplift projects on the side, not the Uplift itself, are also trying to sponsor good causes, and they're all doing their part in the community, and it's amazing. To answer the damn it, I tech geek. Yeah, I think Chicken Kai is gonna be the best server. It's because at the north sides we are pretty big, and we are gonna spend a lot of attention on that server. I'm sure the gratitude will be also very amazing, but it's a thing on its own. It's not gonna be the same as survival on other servers, in my opinion. It's more gonna be about sharing the communities and getting everyone together. Of course, it's somewhat the same as CK, but it's gonna be done on in a totally other way, in my opinion.
yeah, it's funny because people ask me that too, and I posted a little bit tidbit on, I don't know, my Google Doc or whatever, and it's like it goes back to that same thing. It's like people want to know like which one's going to be the best, who's going to have the most people, and it's like I don't have a crystal ball. Like I can't tell you. Like I don't know. Like
It's
I
all
have
going to be the
ideas.
yeah.
I mean, I think like Genesis will be great because you, at least for now, can fly around and there's the projects there. But like as far as community involvement, like I think Chicken Cause like head above everybody else because they've got the CK7 who are integrated. They're doing these community events. They've got their own channel. They've got Shibboltopia is going to be in there, and then they've also got Sammy Snake up north, and I've got a good amount of lands and rails there, so I'm pulling for Chicken Ka to do good, but
Same.
it's like like people ask that all the time, where it's like London. I've got some London plots, and people are like, oh well, London, we need to get it populated and we need to do all these things, and like this was just even today, and it's like in due time people will show up and come. We're just so early that we're not public, so people don't know about it. Like in real estate, in the real world, right, it's like people build communities before they have the people there, and then they don't just stop building that community because it's not full, right? Like somebody else is building in another community right next door. And especially in places like where I'm at, I'm in Texas, so I'm north of Dallas, and we're kind of like on the north end pushing out. So there's not, if you go up north, there's not a whole lot of communities, but like people are building and they're expecting people to come. So why not pre-build and get that ready? Like I understand, yeah, some of the servers aren't populated, but we'll look back one day and they'll be busy, and we'll be like, oh man, I miss when it used to be like that, or I had such a great opportunity to get in and I didn't because I thought it wasn't going to be busy or populated. And like
Yeah.
it's just funny how people think about some things. So I'm like tie it to a real world analogy, because like when people build communities, they build it before the people actually come. Once they build it and then people start slowly trickling in, like it fills up, and then the next one fills up, and then you run out of space and you got to make another like group. So like I know this is all in the future, we're not public, we're not busy like that right now, but like when things happen, it's going to move fast and crazy, and people will probably start clicking better and realizing like, oh, like I see what happened, or I see why we did it. But
Yeah, I think at the beginning it all depends on your own community. You'll not get a lot of attention from the outside. It's only going to start getting the attention once your builds are ready, once you have events, once the public release is up, once everyone is done with their own work and can start spending time on working together. And at the moment, I see a lot of working together already. But when I compare it to servers that are actually ready and don't have 24/7 building, I think there is a way more than we see at the moment. there is not a lot of events. Most people are just focused on their own lands. They're still trading, of course, but once everyone is done with their own job, then the real thing can begin. And I see it inside our community also. We're working 24/7 and we try to help as much as possible the other people, of course. But like the market that we want to open, it's a hard time to get everything done as quick as possible because we spend a lot of time trying to help everyone, DMing everyone. I'm trying to get everyone involved, and doing that, I spend a lot of time on Telegram, a lot of time on Discord, and it's hard to find a balance between both. But I'm very grateful for the entire community helping me out with all of that. And also, someone was saying that we're taking over. CK, we're not taking over. We're working together. We're going to be a big part in the CK. We're not trying to take it over. Just like Bullshit Bulls, I'm very happy with to see with all the things they created, and I just want to be a small part in it. And they will probably be the same in the Sammy Snake community, and that's how everything will start up. And it's not gonna take a long time before everyone is gonna work together as one big group, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I see that a lot, like cross community, cross project collaborations, like inside of, the Uplift, outside of the Uplift, right? Because I mean, Uplift's teaming up with Our Planet, with, doing the uplifted lands. So Swineland went first. Borvalis is supposed to be here soon. I don't know exactly when, but I know the map got released for that. So it's like, outside of Uplift and inside of Uplift, groups are collaborating. I don't feel like anybody's, stepping on toes or taking over and doing things. It's like we're all so busy with stuff that we have. Like I don't even see that being possible. It's like I've got land that I haven't even done anything with, and I'm kind of glad things are going slow because it's like I haven't had time to build, up a lot of them. Like, so on one of my lands in Genesis, I whitelisted somebody in one of the Telegram groups. It's a friend that I met, and she had her niece build on it, who was like 8 or 9 years old. And I was like, do whatever. I don't care. I mean, I'm not going to build anything on it anytime soon. And she built this nice like house, and it was like had glass. It was like fancy, and I was like, that's better than I could do. And I was grateful. I was like, oh, well, hopefully she had fun doing that while she did it and helped me out in the meantime. And, like, it's just, I mean, like, I know people want to run like faster than we are, and we're moving really fast. But I feel at the same time, it's like, we're not going to be ready even if we open the doors right now. Like, so much of the land's undeveloped in a lot of these servers because there are people who have multiple plots and they're not going to be able to build them all up. So do we want everybody to come into a bunch of empty land they can't build or do anything on? And, like, well, this is nice, but, there's not really anything to see or do here. Or would it be better to have it built up to an extent and then do it? But also things like the Upliftium, once that comes, people are really going to start, having their heads turn and, really want to be a part of this. Because I think about Alien Worlds and the TLM and then them going on Binance. Like that blew up over there so crazy, so fast. Like when people see that you can earn money, cryptocurrency, whatever, for literally free, like people flock. And I know that we're going to get invaded with a lot of people for that. And, it's going to be great. There's going to be growing pains and it's going to be a challenge. But, like I can see that's coming. And people just, I think they don't realize a lot of these other aspects that are going on or going to happen. And, once we finally get there, then people will be like, oh, okay,
Yeah, at the
Anyways.
moment, the activity we see is mostly the community leaders and the core team that is active, trying to set up things before the Upliftium is actually online. When you look at the community members, the activity is a lot less. People still look for that return on time investment. They want to to get something back for the time that they spent on it. And at the moment, Uplift isn't rewarding anything, but the reward that is in the Uplift is the community, that you're collaborating with new people and you're setting up a lot of things that will be a lot harder to do once the Upliftium is online, because we are here as early investors. We know each other, so we are creating bonds that are very hard to create. It's amazing how everyone is working together as one big community, and I'm a little bit scared that when when the Upliftium is coming in, that we're gonna lose a little small part of that community feeling.
Yeah, I totally agree, because everybody's gonna be like, "Come visit my land. I've got free NFTs here," and it's going to be this crazy competition of sorts to try to get everybody's attention, and that'll be fun and it'll be a new chapter. But at the same time, right now, it's kind of nice that like people, I can say like are doing it for free, but it's not incentivized at this point to an extent where people are just going to be about the Upliftium or the money.
Yeah, I had such a conversation a little with Bullshit Bulls, and they were also saying that it's very important that we create an agenda and that everyone works together on filling that agenda and not trying to compete against each other. So when you see that someone is on 8 a.m., you shouldn't do the same time. You should find a time that can connect to the other events, and just filling that agenda up will keep the activity. There's always something to do for all the members, but also, yeah, it's beneficial for and the community and the communities, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So yeah, it's gonna be a big thing, that agenda. I'm really hyped about a public agenda where every day that you come on, you go to the agenda, you look at what there is on, and there is always something you can be part of, something you can do, and that will be amazing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I've already done at least 3 different events with people. Like somebody one time offered like 40K Aether to come to their plot and go down to the bottom and find something. And I'm like, why not? Okay, I'll do it. And I did it, and we took a picture, and you know, they enjoyed watching me try to figure out their maze. And I went there and I got it, and I was like, hey, this is cool. And then I don't know if you've done the ice boat racing on Kindcoin's racetrack in the Genesis, but that was pretty crazy and fun. And then we did the panda hunt celebration. Like there's been a few things going on so far. Not as many as will be, but there's things that you can do, or even oh yeah, there's been horse races too. I've seen horse racing. Somebody did like a PvP tournament one time. Yeah, there's a lot of different things to come. And I saw somebody earlier mention Nemesis. I don't know, have you been in Nemesis yet?
Yeah, for sure. I have been spending a lot of time in there.
I've been trying to go. So I've been like stubborn. I've been going in there trying to get like some terracotta and some jungle saplings like that, things that I don't have, and I can like literally like never make it out of there. Like, granted, I either go in without anything on or just like iron because I don't want to die and like lose really good stuff, and I'll get like a good chunk of stuff, and I'm like, okay, where's the exit? And I'm like, shoot, it's like whatever 1,000 blocks away, and then I've got to either jump over all these, I don't know, like if you're in the jungle you got to climb trees literally, and you've got to climb vines, or if you're out in the desert you're like wide open, and like sometimes the amount of mobs that are there, it's insane. Like it's like a literal like a beating. You just run through, and it's a gauntlet. And the skeletons there, they shoot like snipers. Like if you ever fight a skeleton that's got a bow on any of these other servers, like they miss or they don't really hurt. And like I can like move and dodge him and stuff. I'm like, yeah, you missed me, okay. Like on Nemesis, I could I think I'm behind something and something shoots me and I'm dead, and I'm like, how did that happen? Like, or they have, I don't know if you've seen the guys like when the lightning strikes there's like 3 dudes on horses, and they look like Game of Thrones. And I'm serious, like they got glowing armor and stuff. And
Yeah, I
like that
saw them
happened to
too.
me. I was like by the portal, and I'm like, oh, the first time I'm gonna make it out. Let
Same.
me go back and find some stuff, and then I'll go. And then lightning strikes. These guys show up, and like, boom, I'm dead. I was like right there, and they're so powerful. They're overpowered, of course, but I'm like, so like whenever I see those guys, I run the other way, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not even gonna try to get away.
Yeah, I've
So
been
like,
spending a lot of time in the Nemesis because finding all those extraction points is gonna be a very big part for our community because a lot of players are still noobs and they don't know how to even PvP at all. They never did it. So finding the points that are closest to the exit is gonna be a very important for those players. And
well,
I've been
that's the
spending a
thing.
lot of time actually gathering that information.
You get ported in, and you're like miles away from any extraction point, and I'm
There's
like looking
always
at my
some
list.
extraction points.
I'm like looking at my list of coordinates that I have, that very few of them that work, and I'm like, yeah, that's not, you know, I'm not gonna make that. I'm not gonna survive. Just go ahead and kill me now. Because like I count, like I think I've gotten out of there 2 or 3 times maybe, and I found a spot with the end your chest, so I've been able to
Yeah,
get some stuff out, but not what I want to get out, and not what I died with. Like I've died with a ton of stuff, and I know Nick is like laughing. He's like wringing his hands over there. He's like having fun. Like, and I told him today, I was like, you know, Nemesis
oh,
is my nemesis, but um, yeah, we should probably like live stream trying to go through there and get stuff out. Like it's chaos, and so like, and recently the creepers weren't really blowing up. Like you could go up to it, and
no.
you would look like it was gonna blow up, and then you'd stop, and you just stand there. And I was like, oh, this is nice. I can kill you. It's easy. Well, today they started blowing up. So like one, I had thought I had a lot of health, and he blew me up and killed me like really easily. So just be forewarned, like Nemesis creepers are like back in a bad way, and um, yeah, they're not as weak as they were, unfortunately. So,
And we can't create any ender chest anymore in the PvP.
oh no,
Yeah, I was taking ender chest with me all the time. You can't take the ender chest with you, but you can take the materials to create the ender chests.
okay.
But they now deleted the recipe for ender chests in PvP, so you can't create it
Mm,
anymore.
darn, I missed that. I wish I could have taken advantage of that. Well, because like you couldn't transport your inventory across for a while, and
Yeah,
then I don't know if that worked at that time, but then eventually once it went active, and I was kind of like, yeah, I've got this like massive castle in Genesis I'm still working on that I keep neglecting. So it's like I switch off, which is cool, right? And Uplift. So it's like I go to London, I've got my first plot I ever did there. I've got like crops and stuff I'll go and do. And then I got to build in Genesis that it's like I'm following a YouTube video that's like 28 videos long, and they're like an hour each. And that's not counting like every time I have to pause and rewind and fix something and get it wrong and then redo it all. And then lately I've been on a Nemesis kick of trying to like conquer that and actually get something out of there, and like shake my fist at Nick and be like, "Hey, I did it! I got stuff out." But
yeah,
anyway,
I got at least 15 stacks of diamonds that I pulled out already. I've been mining pretty hard.
dang. Are you using the X-ray mod stuff?
You can't use the X-ray mod stuff.
Oh, I
They
know it was
changed
active
it.
for a while.
Yeah, it was, but they changed the ground, and now
Yeah.
when you activate X-ray, it shows you that the entire floor is filled with gold, diamonds, emeralds, and when you get closer, it shows you the actual block, and only the blocks you can see are
Nice.
actually shown on the X-ray what they are. All the rest are just showing like diamond ores, gold ores, but they
It's like
aren't there at all.
fool's gold, fake
So
gold, fake diamonds.
yeah, the second you press X-ray, you're like, oh my god, this is filled with ores, and you dig down, and where are these ores? And it disappears every time you get closer. It disappears, and I was like, oh my god, they got me.
That's totally got to be a Nick thing. I'm sure he did that on purpose. I can see him.
They really
Get-
trolled me with that one. I was like,
He's getting a
but
kick
X-ray
out
is
of it.
allowed. Come on, boys.
Yeah, when I first heard about it, I was like, okay, like whatever. I don't use any of those things and I don't know how to use them. So I was like, oh, that's kind of unfair, but whatever. And then I did hear they turned it off at some point, and I was like, yeah, well, now you gotta
It's
dig
better
and
like this.
explore just like me, and you never know what's where. And I mean, it's kind of fun, right? It's like a huge challenge, different than Genesis and even the CK in London. I mean, it's a free for all, and it's like there's no. I've been to some of the. I found a village in there, and I went into one, and like the village was like overrun with stuff. So I'm like hiding in a building, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to go out or not. And I don't know. It's just different. It's kind of funny too because it can be maddening and frustrating. But yeah, we should do that sometime. Like have a competition, like who can get in and get out with actually minerals and not dying or something. Because I can't get out most of the time. Or if you lag, you're definitely dead in a heartbeat. But
Yeah.
actually, oh, you know what? So one of the things too that was coming up, the ability to add 7 people to your plot. I don't know if you heard about that.
No,
Yeah, Corey had mentioned that, and
that's gonna be interesting.
yeah, like 7 people. Like for you, that would be great because you've got an army there that you need to get added to some lands and stuff. But I don't know exactly how soon that will be, but that was an interesting tidbit of news. And then also, he was talking a lot about punch signs. I know he's talked about it before, but the ability to punch a sign and get an NFT out of that. It's been a work in progress, but that will be pretty cool. I don't know how the dynamics of that are going to work, like if you got to pay uplifting or do what, but that'll be
Yeah, and hopefully
fun.
also the jukeboxes that you will be able to hit to start playing a playlist of a DJ.
Yeah, getting
I
music
don't
in
know
here
if
and
it's
stuff.
gonna be put in, but they were talking about it.
Yeah, I know they were talking about definitely getting music in. The challenge will probably be like licensing and rights and stuff. Like, like can I play a song by Taylor Swift? Is that copyright? Am I going to get in trouble? Like there's going to be some limitations I can imagine with that.
I think we're gonna have to focus on creating our own music to put in those jukeboxes.
Well, so I imagine like stuff that you get from Yoshi drops would be okay, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I've got the NFT for the level 1 miner. Yes, we can, and just play that on loop or something. And I would think that would be okay, but it's just one of those technical challenges that remains to be seen. Like, how are they going to be able to, implement it, work around it, get it working? Because I know, and somebody mentioned in the chat, like the proximity chat. I know that's definitely something they want to get, which would be really cool. I mean, I hate having to / message and then name and then tab and then write something, and then like it's a challenge to be able to communicate with people. But that'd be cool though to be able to just be in game talking and chilling and not have to worry about typing it so much. So
Time
we'll
is
see.
passing by so quickly. It's been 50 minutes already. I
Wow.
didn't even realize it at all.
So I'm looking at the Uplift sale, and we're at 996, and we've got 6 hours left. And I know for a fact there are people holding out to get
Yeah,
that 1,000
it's
number
official.
to be like the hero or whatever, and go down in the annals of history of Uplift. Of I was the 1,000th person that put us over to get us that extra land, and then there was a lot of like. There's been a lot of people on both sides, right? Like negative, like, oh, we're not going to do it. Oh, that's a lot of money, which I totally agree it is. But like here we are, and we're only like 4 away, and we're gonna make it. So everybody will get that extra land. So
Yeah, it's
on
gonna
a rail,
be.
you get 2 lands, which is crazy. And I'm interested to see like how many of those people will probably be reselling it. Like
I think a lot of people will sell the second land, but reels and that first land are gonna be very scarce on sale, I think.
yeah, I don't
But
know.
yeah, it's official already. Honestly, only 5 left for the 1,000. Guys,
Yeah,
start buying. It's
no,
official. Come
I'm
on.
telling you, like, what if they like just hold out because they want to get that? Okay, there's 3 left. They want to get that 1,000, and then like we missed it. Could you imagine if that happened?
I think when the 1,000 hits, a lot of people will buy that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a good deal. Like if I know people were saying that's a lot of money, but it's like if you get a rail and 2 lands, it's right now it's $462, which is a lot of money. But if you divide that, like the rail's going to be worth more than the land. If you take that out, and then you got 2 lands, like that's super cheap. Like I don't know in the future if we'll see this kind of a deal because I know they
Honestly,
don't want to
never.
they don't want to undercut like current market prices, right? So with things if they just continue to go up, at some point we're gonna like, oh, the train left. Sorry, you can't get it cheap anymore. I mean, like you see that in other projects with like our planet, right? It's like the lands they were on sale, they went up. Nova Rally, initial price was this, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're up, and it's like I can't get it at that low price anymore. Well, now you're gonna cry about that when it's like you have the chance. So, oh yeah, you get 2 Yoshi coins too each time. And then you get the mystery like uplift token, right? Bonus NFTs. So I know that hasn't been disclosed, and I don't, maybe once the sale closes, we'll get more details on that. But like that's this huge mystery of like what's going to come with that. Like
Uplifting mining?
I like sky's the limit, right? Like they could do anything with that, and looking at Uplift's past history, they always do above and beyond, right? Like, so they under promise and over deliver. And, you know, I'll be jealous because I only had one. There's some people have 5, 6, and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy.
Did you see the amount go up?
For what?
The sale.
Oh,
It,
no.
it boomed like crazy. Like when I
Oh,
said,
wow.
guys,
Like
start buying,
everybody
they
probably
bought
hit it
20.
right.
Yeah.
Everybody probably hit it right when they thought it was going to hit 1,000. And, yeah, they missed out. Yeah, so you're welcome, Corey. We just, help drive sales here and get our commissions later. Well, there's only like 386 left.
I'll be happy with some lands.
Yeah, like there's 386 left. So
It's
I
gonna be quick.
wonder if the whole thing would sell out. I mean,
I don't know. The thing is, a lot of people have been waiting for that second land. A lot of people have been holding
yeah, so
back.
it's guaranteed, right?
So I
So
think the
yeah,
1,400 could easily be hit because now it's really worth it. In my opinion, before that it was a good deal,
yeah.
but now it's never going to be the same as this.
Well, so the thing too is like if you're planning on buying multiples, you have to do it now because you have to wait 6 hours. So the sale ends in 6 hours and 3
Yeah.
minutes. So like you'd have to buy right now, and then you'd have like 3 minutes to buy another one if you were still planning on buying two. But so anyways, like yeah, there might be more people buying now. That's interesting to think of. Like people who may have been hesitant, like, well, if I don't get that extra land, then I may not buy. But
Yeah, for
yeah,
most people, the 5K is something massive. They have to
oh
sell
yeah,
off
it is.
a lot of resources, a lot of NFTs to be able to buy it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was stuck because I feel like the market and Aether are down, and so things just aren't worth as much. So it's harder to raise the money to get it. And I don't want to necessarily part with the stuff that I have that's worth stuff, like especially like Nova Rally, like right, like that's I know that hit a huge price peak. I don't know. Somebody mentioned it went back down some. I don't know for sure, but I know in the long term, like I definitely don't want to get rid of that. So um, it's really hard to pick and choose. Like, what do I keep? What do I sell? What do I do? I mean, even for myself, right? It goes back to our earlier predicament where people are asking us what to do, and it's like, shoot, I'm trying to figure out for myself what I'm going to do.
It's
So,
always hard to know for yourself what you're gonna do. How can you
oh
explain
yeah.
for someone else where you don't even know what their plan is for the future? You can't explain someone, look, now did this, now did this, now did this. They can only start copying you, but that's not how it works.
Right.
You always have to have your own idea on what your purpose is, why you're jumping in, and what the plan is. Because just like the Yoshi Bucks, a lot of people have been asking me if it's interesting, but I'm not a big fan of artists. I've never been into music like that. I love music, sure, but if it's on the radio and I don't have to pay for it, I've never been a big fan of artists. So asking me about it isn't a good you'll never get the opinion of the project like someone that likes the project. I will always be downgrading artists. I think it's a not a nice environment, the artist thing, and I really hope that Yoshi is gonna change all of this, and I really like how he's planning to change all of this. But I'm always a pessimist in those artist things. I really think that some people are just making art to be able to make that money and to be able to profit. And a lot of people think that they are going to be the best, that they think they're gonna make it, and that's why I never liked those artists.
Well, so yeah, I've paid attention to that a bit, like just the raw deal that these artists get with these big labels and not getting hardly any returns.
Yeah.
So, like, I could see where where Yoshi's gonna possibly help flip the script and enable these people. I feel like they've been looking for this and they just haven't been able to figure it out and find it. And this could be the solution because I know they hype it and I know they talk about it that they've got big names and all this stuff. Like what they've released so far, I like a lot. Like on the clear, the black, and the silver, like those songs are amazing. The songs on the minors have been amazing. And I'm like, this is just the beginning. And then once word gets out and catches more fire, like we're probably having even better content. And I know it's just at the beginning stages. So it's like, and Blue said today it was kind of like a Spotify, right? So it's like you'll have all these different music options. When you're in the app, you'll be earning Yoshi Buck rewards to use on a marketplace. They're going to build to buy things, and like that could be a huge ecosystem in itself. And like we don't know how it's going to turn out, but like it's cool to be even have an option to be a part of that. Like even with cryptocurrency, it's like I came late to the game. I wish I would have been in here earlier than I was. And this is one of those cases, right? It's like Yoshi's just barely scratching the surface, and we're here on the beginning of it. And it's going to be crazy to see what it does. But yeah, the choices. It's like, do you want to mine Upliftium? Do you want to mine Yoshi Bucks? I mean, if you get the membership, you mine both, but the membership probably will not mine as much Upliftium as your individual Yoshi coins were. Just FYI. So like we don't know what to do yet because we don't even know how valuable Upliftium is either. So yeah, there's some challenging choices there, but it's a fun predicament to have. So
Yeah,
see
if
where
you're
it goes.
asking me, I honestly like the memberships the most of all because it gives you a little bit of everything. You'll never make the wrong decision with that, in my opinion. But I'm saying a lot in my opinion. Damn it.
Well, so like you
But
get a lifetime membership and you get
yeah,
NFT like
it's
airdropped on a continual basis, and
it's crazy how
you could
how
sell that
many
membership too.
yeah, and how many small things that are actually going to be part of it. You're gonna get drops from all the new projects, all the new NFTs. You're gonna get the Upliftium. You're gonna get the Yoshi Bucks. What do you want more than that, after all? And that's why I like that a lot more than the Yoshi Bucks on its own. Because for people that like to buy music, I know a lot of people that are spending like hundreds of dollars every month on apps like iTunes, and
Oh yeah,
I've never gotten that. I've never paid for any song in my life. I always listen to the radio, but that's why everyone is different. Everyone looks for their own thing. I've I like the Uplift. Maybe you like the Yoshi thing more, and everyone has their own thing they like. And asking someone if they think it's gonna be a great project, you're always gonna get someone's opinion and never the facts.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy because like we're in early, so we get early access. We also get early pricing because once things go live, I believe you're gonna have to pay like for the subscription. Like it's not as easy it is now, I would say, to get the membership as it probably will be once things get out into the open, into the public. So um, those are things to consider too. It's like, is my subscription for Yoshi Bucks going to be cheaper now than in the future? I mean, and the other side too. I mean, people could decide to flip it or sell it, but um, for me, like when Yoshi Bucks or when the Yoshi coins went out, and then they started out high, and I was like, man, I probably should sell these because they'll probably go down. And then I tried to buy them, and I posted like on Twitter not too long ago. I was like, man, I miss these days when Yoshi coins were like 7 and 9 wax and 10 wax, and like people were crazy because even at those prices they weren't sure. And it's like if you go back and rewind time, yeah, people would go and snatch up a lot more now than they have, but
So many people have been saying, yeah, it keeps dropping. And once that rebounds happens, people started realizing what they missed out on, and they started buying everything up. Even
yeah,
when the prices went 5 times as much as at the lowest, people were still buying because the fear of missing out and of it continue rising. And sometimes just have to jump in, not think, and hold it for a while. And it's hard to make that decision for which project you should do it and for which project you should just start selling off. And having that information that you make, for example, on documents, it's going to be very helpful with making those decisions. It gives you a lot of information about how the project is doing, but also if you like the project on itself.
yeah, and like people aren't going to be able to get that tidbit of insight by just jumping in the chat, or even reading the website, because websites have a lot of information, but they're not going to have like a detailed, breakout of the important stuff you need to know. So yeah, it's will be interesting to see here. So we had silver memberships go out, I believe gold and maybe platinum maybe next week, but I believe at least gold next week. I'm probably not going to be able to make gold, definitely not platinum, but um, I know there's people out there that are going to, but we'll be able to tell, by membership counts, which is crazy, right? Because blockchain, everything's out there and able to be seen. So it'll be interesting to see what that number comes out to be, and
Yeah,
that's going to change.
I sold some of my Yoshi coins, for example, for the rig sale that will be coming up, and for the land sale that we have at the moment. I still have 450 Yoshi coins left, but it's not going to be enough to upgrade to the next membership.
Right, but like they're good for uplifting mining, right? So it's
Yeah,
like even though you may not do the membership, you can do the uplifting mining. Even if you don't do either one of those, you could trade it in for Yoshi Bucks. Like you've got all these crazy options. I mean, it's great. right? Because it's the win-win-win that they always talk about. So we'll have to see how that goes, but yeah, it's a lot of stuff to figure out and try to understand and be involved in and stuff. So
Yeah, every time I speak, I have the feeling that I should be saying so much more, and I've been forgetting so many things. You can keep talking. You can fill a stream 24 hours with all that information, all your opinions about it, and still not have covered everything, in my opinion. It's crazy how much there is and how many possibilities there are also. Because, like, for example, the Upliftium, we still don't know what Upliftium will be used for. You can speculate a lot, but the dev team has been working so hard on getting new plugins and actually making drains for that Upliftium that will have a purpose. And it's always going to be, what do you think? What do you think? And until the announcement what it's going to be, it's gonna be there instantly. It's not gonna be, let's prepare for everything. It's gonna be, it's here and be ready, boys. I- Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy because I've seen people in chat like, of course they always ask like, "What's Upliftium for?" Blah blah blah. Well, it doesn't have a use. Like they're like people are worried about the wrong things and not even realizing like. And I point out like Alien Worlds, right? TLM, and I always give it a hard time because to me, I don't feel like it really has that much of a use, right? Like it's like you can shine weapons, you can shine, you know, I forget what the other characters are called, and you can stake it for governance and stuff. But I'm like, to me, that's not a real use. Like, um, and so, but that thing has been valued really well, and I'm like these people value that at a certain amount, which has been high, and right now it's kind of low, but it's still got a significant value to it. Like, why would you think different of Upliftium? And I know Upliftium, I mean, we've only got a few use cases of like putting in pictures for 100K. Um, and I think that might be it now, but I know Corey's got a ton of other ideas for what they're going to do with it. So I don't, like, it's like you've got to have trust in the project and the project leads and leave it at that because everything else in the middle, you're not going to know, you're not going to be able to understand or figure out. So like you're gonna, I don't know, cause yourself all this stress in the meantime because you don't know exactly what is gonna happen with that. So
and it's not always about what is happening at the moment. It's about what are the future plans and what is possible. And if you look at Minecraft and try to just make a white paper about how your Minecraft server is going to look like in 1 month, it's going to be completely different than the white paper. You can't, you just, yeah, you can't say what is going to happen. The plugins sometimes conflict. Sometimes a new plugin gets invented out of nowhere. And plans change all the time. And for example, with Minecraft, it's going to be the hardest of all compared to other games where you can just create a plugin, and if it doesn't work, you can just change it a little and it will be fine. On Minecraft, you change it a little and it won't work anymore. I- it's very hard time to create something and know what it's going to be at the end. You always have to follow the river, and if the river brings you all of a sudden to the other side, you'll have to follow. You'll have to adapt on that. And as a community, it's gonna be a lot of, all at once there is a lot of happening, and then there is nothing for a while, and then there is a lot, and then there is nothing. And I think Minecraft is gonna be amazing. The possibilities for blockchain gaming on Minecraft, for example, just the auction where Upliftium could be used. There are so many options, there are so many possibilities, and people shouldn't be thinking about what is happening at the moment, but what are the possibilities, what is something that could be created. And their dev team is still growing every day. They're still recruiting developers, plugin developers, and you never know, tomorrow it could be that 3 developers are applying and the progress will go a lot quicker. you never know where it is going, and just being there and trying to follow the stream is very important. And that's what the Sammy Snake community has been doing all the time. We're just following the stream, and we see what opportunities we get and jump instantly on those opportunities.
Yeah, I totally feel that way too with the uplift, because it's like I said, like you put your trust in the project and the project leader, and the rest will like fall into play, right? Like if you've got a good person that you believe and trust in, you don't have to really worry about all those details. So I can see where these new people come in, they may be skeptical, maybe they were burned by some other project. They don't realize like what the uplift is about. And so, they might FUD and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not worried about it. Don't worry about it. It'll happen. It'll come one day. One day. It doesn't happen overnight.
But that's
This
the
is
issue.
challenging stuff.
A lot of people investing are expecting their return on investment instantly. They
Oh
don't
yeah,
want to
yeah.
wait 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks and see their money keep on growing. They want to
Yeah.
have that investment instantly returned. And they don't think about putting their money in something and tripling it over such an amount of time. That's not what they're looking for. A lot of people just want, when they look at their wallet, it's not growing, it's not growing. And when it jumps 3 times, they're very happy for one day, and then for 1 week it keeps on going down a little. And a lot of people are getting frustrated by the downs and are not happy enough about the ups. I just loved Anders was on a stream once, and he was saying you have to be happy with it going up and not give a shit when it goes down. And I I just love that opinion. It's a way of life that everyone should follow. It's not about it going up all the time. It's about putting your money in something you like, something you think that is going to be a great project at the end, and put your time and effort also next to it, and not only think about the money. And I
Yeah,
think Uplift is doing great in it. Also, everyone is just wanting to be part of it, and Corey is amazing, attracting all that hype. And yeah.
he's like the king hype man. Like, he could seriously he probably will sell snake oil eventually, but he can sell water in the middle of the ocean, or like he could do it all. I totally I could see that, but it's crazy with cryptocurrency how I feel like people are spoiled, right? It's like they
Mhm.
expect like, oh, I put it in, I should get whatever 50x, 100x, and I'm not of that mindset, so I honestly have not seen that, and I'm sure I would like that, but I think about stocks, and it's like stocks are these long term, they take a while to return investments. Like I wish people kind of had that more kind of chill, like, hey, let it grow and develop and see where it goes before it matures, and then we really get the benefits and the rewards. But I guess that's the negative, the positive or negative to the crypto side, right? It's like, well, people will rush in and they will invest, but
But
then they expect it to come back really quick. So
I think a lot of people that have the experience on the crypto and that have been here for a while start realizing all of this, and they're trying to eliminate those emotional decisions. And everyone that has been jumping in at the moment, you see a lot of those people asking even what they should do. You tell them sell, they will sell. They
oh
don't even
yeah.
ask why you think it should be sold. They don't even ask anything. They're just asking, should I sell or not? And I think a lot of people came in with the TLM, and they don't know what they're doing. They're just seeing something that exploded very hard, and they just think, oh, I'll also make a lot of money, and put their money in and don't expect anything else than money. And they see it crashing 5%, and they're like, oh no, damn it, quickly have to take my money out. And then it explodes, and they lose all their money.
Yeah.
I, I just saw it, for example, with I don't want to trash talk him, but the dad of my girlfriend, he just started with blockchain gaming, and he saw his his wallet explode like crazy because he just bought some packs on Nova Rally, and he had 20 times his value, 20 times what he invested at the beginning. It's crazy. And he was so hesitant about it actually being able to go even up more. He started selling all of it. And after that, he realized prices kept going, and kept going. And he jumped in again. And that's where a lot of people are getting that emotional thing. They see something keep going up. They realize, oh, damn it, I made a mistake. I should go back in. But that's where you have to accept your mistakes. You have to accept that you're still a beginner and you have to learn from the progress. And it's a hard time doing that. And a lot of people actually start leaving before that happens.
Yeah, it's like you've got to look for the value in the project and not the value in like the short-term gains. Because I know there's been a lot of stories about the Nova Rally stuff, and I was able to participate. I was on the white list, and I'm thankful. And everything I bought, I opened. I was like, yeah, I can't like. I know who Sammy is. You know, I follow you guys. You know, doing the snake thing, and like I believe in him and the project. So there's like no reason for me to sell and get out. I mean, unless you were flipping to try to make profit and buy more, but that gets to be so risky that a lot of people get burned on that. So I was not interested in that, and I'm just like, let it ride.
What I just love about Sammy is that if you ask him if you should buy into his project, he will always be hesitant. He will always think twice before saying yes. He's not like, yeah, prices are high, just buy in, just buy in. No, every stream he's doing, he's like, what? Damn, those prices are crazy. Guys, you should stop buying, you should stop buying. And that creates the other
The
effect.
opposite.
People
Yeah,
start
exactly.
actually buying. And every stream he does, the price keeps on going up, up, and up. And
yeah, it's funny.
yeah,
people like that genuine transparency, and like he's proven himself trustworthy many times, and in a lot of the projects and sales, fundraising you guys have done. So, I think right now in the crypto space with some of these other projects that aren't doing as good, I think it's like a glimmer of hope and light, and they're like, oh, this makes sense. Let's do this. So yeah, he's funny. So just looking at the numbers, we're at 1,027. So yeah, we've surpassed it for all the people who were doubting. But anyways, this will be fun. We'll see. I don't know when news will come out after the sale of like people are asking when do we get the the keys and all that stuff, and like I'm personally not really worried about it. It's like it'll happen when it happens, and you can't do anything about it in the meantime. Complaining about it or continually asking about it is not going to change. Like they've got to work at their pace and do what they can, and I know that they're working to get things out as soon as they can. So for me, I'm just like, take your time, guys. It's not like things are going anywhere. So anyways, well, I guess we probably should wrap it up. I'm looking at the time.
I was
Like
about to say the same
1:18?
thing. But first, the Sammy Snake song.
Oh,
I
you
sent
got
you the
that queued
link.
up?
I don't know if you can share it.
Let's see here.
Yeah, we're still beginners. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah, I've got to see.
First time we're gonna share something. When is the Eduard song coming?
I don't know. After the Nerd4King song. You're going to be a superstar one day, man. Let's see if you can. Can you see that?
I can see it. Hopefully, we can also hear it.
Can you hear it?
Nope. I can't hear anything.
I could do the Sammy thing where I listen to it and you guys can't hear it.
Corey 2.0.
Exactly.
Honestly, I just loved when Corey was going hard and everyone was just listening and just looking at him like,
They're like waiting for like, come on, man. I don't like. I can see where I share the screen. I don't know why audio doesn't come on with it, but I'll have to figure that out for if we survive this stream to maybe
I
do
think
another
if you
one.
click on the camera and microphone and you go to audio, it says stereo audio. I don't know if you click that, that should activate it.
I don't have a stereo audio option.
Guys, we need help.
Let's see. Can you share?
I can share my screen, but I don't know if it's gonna
You
do
don't know if the
anything.
audio should come through.
Yeah.
And stuff like this is usually not that difficult, but now that I'm trying to do it on the fly with everybody here, it's like, of course, I'm not going to figure it out. Now, let's see here.
We're gonna screen share the share screen, sharing a video. Oh my God, so many things.
Can you still hear me? I don't
Yeah.
know if it's going to come across. Can you hear it now? No? You can imagine it in your head.
Yeah, guys, just sing it in your head.
I mean, I could sing it, but yeah, it probably wouldn't turn out so good. I'll have to ask Corey next time. How the heck did you
I'm so sorry, guys. We weren't prepared.
I wasn't sure you were gonna pull out the song. It's still playing in my ears, so oh man.
My girlfriend is saying just sing it, but I'll just tell her that she has to come sing it.
Yeah, that's now it's going to something else.
Yeah, I'm very sorry, guys. Karaoke time. No, thank you. I can't sing. But yeah, towards great stream. You're muted now.
It's going to turn out well if I keep trying. Oh well, we'll get it next time. We're rookies, so.
So
all
yeah,
right.
next time.
Well, thanks everybody for joining. For sure. Glad that you came and hung out with us, and hopefully y'all learned something or got something out of it. And thanks to Mr.
Really love doing the
Nerd4King,
stream.
King in the north of Chicken Caw. Thanks for joining too.
Thank you everyone for being here, and see you next week.
Definitely. All right, guys. Well, let's see about getting that snake song next week. Darn it. Well, you'll just have to click on the link and be able to listen to it for yourselves. You can always share it in the. There you go. You can take that one home with you. You can listen on your own.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you later.